What's happening, guys? Kenny with In the Pocket, and today I've got a hype versus reality video on this little guy. That's right, it's the Ray Laconico designed Gemini, sold by Kizer, manufactured by Kizer out of China. And this is a really awesome knife, and I know there's a lot of reviews out there, but I really didn't plan on doing a review on this right now, but then I know that Kizer has a sale going on right now with the Black Friday / holiday sale, and these are only $145 right now, so that's a insane steal on these knives, and I just wanted to put a new video out there, something fresh. Most of the videos on these knives are from, a year ago or so, and I just wanted to give you guys a fresh look on it and my opinions, what I found with the knife. So, yeah, I'm going to get right into it. First off, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put the size, put all the specs on the page. I don't like to waste your guys' time with the specs. So, put those on the page here, and then, yeah, that's my coffee in frame, guys, sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, and then I'm going to get right into some size comparisons. This is the T1 from Kizer. Obviously, a good one to start with. And you can see very similar size, guys. A little longer blade, little bit longer handle. But I will say, when I got the T1, I expected the Gemini to be a similar size, but this is a much slimmer knife, guys. It's much slimmer and thinner in hand. This is a larger knife in hand, and when you get it out of the box, it's much larger than this. You think it's going to be similar, but this is a larger knife. And then again, a little Kizer sheepdog. I figure you guys probably all have one of those, so you can see how that's going to fit. Definitely a full four-finger grip on this for most people. Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and get these guys out of frame and bring in. Alright, let's bring in some Spydercos. Manix 2. Lightweight. Much larger handle on that guy. Of course, the Delica. Everyone's got a Delica, so figure that's a good one. Larger handle here. Definitely more real estate for the hand. If this is tight on your hand, if the Delica is nice and, roomy, then this might be a little tight. Yeah, but similar blade lengths and stuff like that. A little bit longer in the Gemini. And then I'll go ahead and bring in pair 3. This is obviously the St. Nick's exclusive. Then bring in a Benchmade. It's the 940. KnifeWorks exclusive, and good old mini grip. So that'll give you, the size range, what you're looking at as far as how this knife's going to fit in your hand. And now going right into the review. So the hype, why I wanted to grab this knife. I wanted a ball bearing flipper, a ball bearing titanium flipper. I didn't have one. I know it's all the craze, or at least when I got into the knives, it was all the craze. And I got the T1, and I was pretty blown away by the fit and finish and just the action of the knife and how nice this was at the price point. So I went ahead and said, you know what, I want to try the Gemini. I'd heard it had amazing action, and I just really wanted to feel it. The flipper tab, I hear flipping this knife, you can't fail. So I was really intrigued by it, and I wanted to try it. I liked the simplicity of the design. It's very clean. Ray Laconico is known for having pretty clean designs and just nice swooping action and stuff. And the blade shape and everything, it looked good. It had a nice size for EDC. It was really just a good size for me, at least what I wanted at the time. Now I'm definitely a little more okay with having larger blades. I wasn't always that way. That's actually gonna segue into I'm probably gonna do a video, kind of a throwback at Sharp Thinking, because Sharp Thinking did a video just recently where it was like how my carrying has changed, how my opinions changed of knives, and I'm gonna go ahead and do one of those too. I've got a lot of stuff in the works though, guys, so I'm not sure exactly when that's gonna come out. Probably in the next week or so, especially with the holidays here. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get that one out for you guys, and this fits like in that because this is what my EDC what I would have been looking for originally, you know, 3-inch blade type of thing. So this is what I usually look for in an EDC, and so the size was good. And I wanted to do a little more anodization after I had gotten into this one and done some anodization. I kind of wanted to anodize these handles too, but I haven't done it yet, and I still have it in mind. I'm still thinking about it. I was going to do like that, almost like a rose color, because I thought it would match really good, and it's not really my ideal color. It's almost like a pinkish purple, but you know, I thought it would look really cool on this, and I can always change it if I hate it. But yeah, thought about that, and I definitely want to anodize that clip because I feel like that should have been anodized the same color as the screws. But anyways, all right, so that was the hype. That's what I heard about it, and that's what made me go ahead and purchase this knife, just the look of it and everything. And when I got it in hand, when I took it out of the box, just to preface this, I did get this on eBay, and I got a killer deal. That's also why I got it, because at 170 bucks, I was like, oh, it wasn't really fitting my budget at the time. And I looked on eBay and found one for like, I got this thing for 130 from a guy, and I mean, I absolutely loved it when I got it out of the box. I mean, I shot out right perfect the first time, but then when I was looking over the knife, I'm like, I see how off the centering is. Now, it's pretty bad. It's not even close to center. And I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to rip this thing apart. I didn't leave a bad review or anything on the guy. I mean, I really could have, because in his pictures, it was showing like perfect centering and everything. He faked it. You know, if you don't tighten the pivot all the way and put a card in there and then tighten the pivot, it'll stay in center until you flip it. And as soon as you flip it and put it back, it's there. So he faked me, but it's, you know, my own fault. You know, when you're ordering stuff on eBay, especially at a discount price like that, you know. I mean, it was a bid, so it's not like it was like buy it now price. I bid on it and I got it at that price. But, you know, I feel a little tricked there. It's not centered. But in saying that, you know, I'm not saying it's not enough to bug me. It is way off, but it's not touching the scale or anything. And in function, the action is still amazing, as you can see. I was super blown away by how smooth the action is. And I mean, left-handed, I mean, that's kind of my way of testing if like a normal person can flip it. It's really hard to not have a like straight up flip like into engagement. Like, it's hard to fuck up this knife, to be honest. You have to really limp finger it, and I'm actually trying right now. Hold on. Yeah, you have to totally limp finger this thing for it not to totally just fly out. So super impressed with the action. Disappointed by the centering, but yeah, amazing action. And I mean, even a person that's not a knife person could flip this thing out probably first try. You just have to make sure you put your finger on it. If you like go up here and just go, you know, of course you're not going to flip it. If you put your finger on it, it's going to flip out. So super impressed with that. As far as deployment, excellent for the flipping tab. You can always roll it out. You can pinch it. I do this all the time. If someone's around that I don't want to my blade flying out, I'll just grab it like that. And it's really comfortable doing that. And you can also, of course, drop it. Just grab the blade here and drop it. And it's so smooth that you don't even have to flip it. You just, as soon as it lets go, it wants to open. So yeah, Detent's pretty good. Not amazing. Like, I could use a little bit stiffer detent, I think, and then you wouldn't even be able to limp finger it. You just have to deploy it every time, pretty much. It's a little soft on the detent, but still, for how easily this thing flies out, amazing. Not as drop shut as it could be because of how thin the blade stock is. The blade's not very heavy, and the blade stock is 0.12, so it's like pretty much 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, so I mean, really excellent action. You know, that was the thing I really loved about it. And then, of course, the look, very plain. A lot of people don't like that, I'm sure. I like these little accents, the anodized screws, the blue accents, but pretty plain. But I like that, actually. Just the swooping and the way it fits, and in hand, you know, it fits just right. It is, I mean, just barely fits my hand. If you have bigger hands than me, I have like medium to large size hands. If you have like extra large hands, this knife is going to be a little small in hand. But the contoured handles and the contoured titanium, just so comfortable. I mean, just excellent in hand. Just ergos are excellent. Excellent ergos. And the clip doesn't really cause a hot spot or anything. It's nice and flat. Feels great. Yeah, no jimping, but I mean, on a knife like this, I'm not gonna go to work with this knife. It's definitely an EDC, almost gentleman's carry. You know, definitely fits in that gentleman's carry category. But yeah, just a great design, and aesthetically and function-wise, just very simple, easy to take apart, easy to put back together. Took it apart right away when I got it to try and fix the centering. Did not work, but yeah, excellent design, very easy. The fit and finish is really good. This is nice and smooth. There is a little bit of a, just like the edges are chamfered, so it doesn't really like, you can grab your nail on it, but it's smooth. So, I mean, it could be better, but I mean, not much better. And I mean, for $170, you know, retail, well, I think it's even higher, like $225 or something, but what you're really going to get it for is like $170 normally, and they're like $145 right now on sale. So that's an excellent deal. I got it for $130. I would have easily paid $145 if I knew I was getting it from a reputable retailer, and knowing I could return it or tell them like, oh, this thing's, you know, centering is horrible. But, you know, eBay is eBay, man. You guys, you're kind of taking a chance when you go eBay. Excuse me, gotta get some coffee. Yeah, so, yeah, excellent design, aesthetics, function, excellent in that sense, guys. I do like the anodized screws. I don't love the pivot. I know everyone, they get slack on this all the time, this like swirly pivot they do. I like the anodization, but yeah, I don't love that. I mean, it's not amazing. It doesn't kill the knife for me, but it's not, it doesn't look that good, guys. I know you think it's fancy, but it's really not. Just a normal smooth pivot would probably look better. So yeah, that is what it is. It doesn't bother me too much. It definitely doesn't bother the function of the knife. It is a good slicer. I will say that the blade slices well. When I got it, it wasn't very sharp, and the angle was pretty obtuse. It was like I want to say maybe like a 20 degree per side, maybe even bigger, maybe even like 22, 23 degree per side. But I went ahead and laid it back to like 17 degrees, and I'll go ahead and put some video of that in right now. It does slice amazingly, especially with the new edge. And the blade stock's only, you know, 0.12, so it's not too thick. It's about the thickness of a 940 or something like that. Yeah, it's got a good blade stock, great blade shape, very versatile, very functional. You got the flat belly and point. You got a nice tip there. Excellent slicer, actually. I mean, it could be better. it could be better. They could have ground this thinner behind the edge, to be honest. But it's going to be very versatile with the thickness they did. Oh, I almost knocked my coffee over there, guys. Whew. I'm glad I did not do that. That would have put a damper on the video here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in. Going to show you guys the thickness behind the edge. This is so hard to do on camera. Okay, I got it there. Yeah, 22, 21. It's not amazing. You know, I mean, it's not bad. It's really not. It's not bad at all. But, I mean, I've seen a lot better. Especially with such a thin stock. I feel like they could have gone a lot thinner behind the edge. I mean, it's not thin stock, but it's not that thick to where, yeah. So like 21, 22, 23. Like out by the tip, it's even thick. I want to say it was like 28. Yeah. So yeah, not amazingly ground, but good job. I mean, nothing horrible. And the tip is nice and robust. I wouldn't feel too nervous about doing something a little more eggy on that tip. I don't generally pry or anything with my knives, but if I'm stabbing into something that's kind of rough, I know with this tip it's not just gonna snap off like some of the other knives I have. Excellent blade geometry and everything. I feel like it does a good job in just about everything. Could be thinner though. Now, as far as in the pocket, which, you know, my channel, in the pocket, this knife does fit very well. The flipper tab is not too much of a pecker, like a pocket pecker, what they call. Nick Shabazz usually calls it. It's not too bad. It's pretty smooth. There's no really sharp edges. It doesn't have any jimping, but it doesn't really need it. You know, it's got a nice kind of hook to it. You can see that it kind of hooks. You get a good purchase on that flipper tab. You just can't. You know, you can even do that. I mean, it's pretty easy. Light switch, push button. But flipper tab's good, and it doesn't, in the pocket, you know, it kind of bends back a little bit, and you don't really notice that too much as you're going in the pocket. It does sit fairly deep, you know, not super deep, but that sticking out doesn't look bad. It's actually got some cool look to it, so I don't mind it. It's pretty thin this way. I'm looking at about maybe an inch and a quarter in width. Yeah, it's really good, and it's nice and smooth in the pocket, easy going in, easy coming out. This clip, as you can see, it doesn't really touch. Doesn't touch the scales there. Kind of bugs me. I think the guy who had this before me bent it, and it's never really going to go back to where it was. As you can hear, when you close it, it gets a rattle. Even when you deploy it, if your finger's not on it, it's got a little rattle to it. Bugs me a little bit, but in reality, nothing horrible. Yeah, but for the most part, it's excellent in the pocket. And, oh, I don't have my scale. I'm going to grab it, guys. Bear with me. All right, I'm back. Get the scale out. The specs say it's 3.65. Let's see what my scale says. 3.7. Okay, so pretty close. That's damn close. Not gonna make a big difference. But so 3.7, which it's nice and light. It's not amazingly light, but you know, there's knives that you get a lot more blade for less weight. But yeah, it's pretty good for a titanium frame lock. Not bad weight. It is pretty thin. They don't do any milling, but yeah, the handle scales are pretty thin and contoured, which is, they did a really good job with that, guys. No sharp angles anywhere. Sorry, I'm bouncing around a little bit here. Yeah, but the thickness in pocket is like, they say 0.44. I think my calipers have gotten 0.43. 0.43. So, you know, pretty good pretty good as far as the thickness in their pocket. Really nice, great carry. Like I said, like a gentleman's carry. It looks really great. The S35 on this guy is pretty good. I've been carrying it now for a while. I have not stropped it yet, guys. So this is just after carrying and using it. Sorry for the paper. I know it's so pretty sharp. I have not been let down by Kizer's S35. It really does a good job. They do a good job with the heat treat on this. Let me see. I'm gonna bring some of that gnarly recycled paper in. This stuff is pretty hard to cut. Yeah, so it's still doing pretty good. I did not do this before the video either, guys, so I didn't know how good it was gonna do on this. But it's doing pretty good. Pretty impressed by this S35 by Kizer. They do a really good job with it. On my T1 too. The T1 seems to hold an edge really well. Not quite as good as like my S30 from Benchmade and stuff. But yeah, the S35 is excellent. Can't complain about that. The blade length now on it, I'm a little perplexed by this, and you guys can let me know what you think. I don't understand this whole thing of like, I'm making a 3-inch blade knife, but I make it 3 1/8. If you're going in that 3-inch blade level, why don't you just go 3 inches? Or if you're gonna go 3 inches, just go 3 1/4 or 3 1/2. Like 3 1/8. What fuck? I mean, most places, like if you're looking for a 3-inch knife, this guy's gonna get you put in jail. I mean, the cop would have to be a seriously big cock to like say, you know, like to take you to jail for 1/8 of an inch. But if he wanted to be, he could totally fucking take you. And I mean, that's a little it's like, if you're gonna get that close to 3 inches, just fucking sharpen it up and make it 3 inches. Cause I just don't understand it. I mean, here, I live in California, guys, if you don't know that already. And for the most part, when I was a kid, you couldn't carry anything over 3 inches. Now they've kind of gotten a little more lenient on it, and as long as you're not like in LA, you can carry any size folder. When you're in LA, you can't carry over 3-inch blades, so I have to be careful. You know, I'll carry this guy if I'm going into LA, and I just don't want to deal with cops in LA if they do pull me over. I don't want to have a fucking Recon 1 in my pocket. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like that's kind of retarded. I'm sorry, I shouldn't use that word. It's not very smart. It's not very smart by a knife manufacturer. I know that they're in China and they really don't give a shit, but guys, come on. I mean, I just don't understand it. A lot of companies do it. I mean, Benchmade with the bug out, it's like just over 3 inches. I mean, like 3 1/16. And again, a cop would have to be a really big tool to take you for a 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch, but they could. So, I mean, you guys can let me know in the comments what you think about that. But, I mean, 1/8 of an inch, not any more cutting ability than a 3-inch, blade. But, well, I know that was a bit of a rant, guys. I'm sorry for that. It has nothing to do with the knife, really, except for the fact that if you're looking for a 3-inch blade, unless you're going to regrind it and take off that 1/8 of an inch, it's a little too big. Altogether, really, in going over this knife, I want to say I do love it. It's an excellent knife. It's probably not going to go anywhere soon. The centering bugs me, but it just means that in resale, I'm not going to be able to get much for it. So, in turn, that makes it my knife. I'm going to mess with it. I'm going to do some stuff to the scales. I'm going to use the hell out of it, which I enjoy. So, if you're out there and you're looking at these guys and you're thinking about it, you can't really go wrong. I mean, especially if you're buying it from a reputable distributor like Blade HQ, they'll probably take it back if you get it and you're like, dude, the centering's fucked. Sorry for the language, guys. I know I'm getting a little heavy on this one, but yeah, that kind of pisses me off a little bit. As far as design on this guy, excellent. Smooth lines, no weird like pockets, like that weird shit that goes on right here with a lot of knives. Even the Delica, you know, that little lint catcher. Yeah, excellent. Very smooth lines, very amazing in hand. Nice blade with a slicey thickness, and as long as you lay the edge back, I mean, yours might, the one you get might have a thinner behind the edge. You know, mine might just be a little obtuse for this example, you know. I might regrind it, I don't know. I'll definitely destroy that the beautiful stone wash finish if I do it. But I might, I'm not sure. The stone wash finish on this guy too, guys, excellent. I've used the hell out of this knife and it doesn't show anywhere. So, yeah. I know, again, I'm bouncing all over, but just, I'm really impressed with this knife in general. And like I said, I got a lot of videos coming up, guys. The hype met reality on this one. I did love it when I got it in hand. Just, you know, it's like the woes of eBay, you know. When you get it off eBay, you just don't know for sure. But yeah, I mean, overall, hype met reality, and I'm super impressed with this knife, and I know you guys will be too. I'm sorry for this video going a little longer. I kind of got on a rant there. Go get one, guys. Excellent, excellent stuff. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all my subscribers and all the guys that are commenting. You guys are awesome. You're the reason I'm still here doing this. You know, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. Yeah, and I do have a video coming for you, Sharp Thinking. I'm going to do a video on how my you know, just what I carry has changed over the years, and what I figure is the right size knife has changed, and everything, you know, what I carry has really altered. So I'm gonna bring a video for you, and then I'm also I have a toughness test coming up with the K390 from the Police 4, as you guys, if you saw my unboxing. So that's coming up too. Got a lot of cool stuff, guys. Got a lot of cool new knives that you will be seeing videos on eventually here. And yeah, loving this guy, guys. I know you probably saw the unboxing. So yeah, 4V is excellent. So, oh, god damn it. I know I ramble, but appreciate everybody, and appreciate good manufacturers with good knives. I don't love China-made knives, but this is well done. Very well. And I wish I could just get American-made, you know, but sometimes I don't make a shitload of money, guys, and I just want to get a good knife for a good value, and this is what this is. For 145 bucks, you cannot go wrong. And even at 170, you know, that's a great value. But thanks again. Have a great day, guys.